Kylo's shuttle. It's huge.
Yeah, it's fucking enormous. Have you seen it? It's
don't
big.
get deceived by the picture. It's larger in real life.
It's just so big.
It's a beautiful model as well.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's.
Do you want to just grab that and stick it in front of the camera for a second?
I was going to say, Elliot, if you watch this back later, we're borrowing it for technical purposes.
As Max is demonstrating, the wings do indeed fold, much to everyone's storage relief.
Yeah, well, it's limited storage relief, quite frankly. That's still nonsense.
Limited, just sideways is the answer. It is huge, but it was huge in episode 7.
Yeah. I mean, it's a wonderfully imperial-looking thing. Just the sheer menace of that.
No, I think if your scanners cannot pick up one of those, your sensors are defunct. You need a new one. To pick up something with that larger wingspan, or to not pick up something that larger wingspan is
Look at it. Look at this thing.
Yeah, it's giant.
It's such a sinister looking thing. Like that is such a first order craft.
Yeah, that is an evil ship. That is someone who desperately wants to be seen as the Empire.
Size comparison. There we go.
And that seriously is not Elliot putting it a million miles away. It is, like I said, it is tall. It's not only the presence of it, it is tall.
It's giant.
Maybe a TIE fighter for comparison as well, because that's more recognisable craft.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Jeez.
I actually made a little joke before the stream regarding how tall this thing is and how it even functions. But yeah, it's really impressive. I think they always seem to outdo themselves when it comes to models, and the articulation on it is lovely.
Yeah, it's great.
They've always had some good articulation on stuff, whether it be the lander shuttle, the U-wing, and now this. Ooh, it's just it just gives off an evil presence.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many pegs you'd have to fly it on to get its wingspan out enough that you don't start clonking stuff.
Lots.
6.
Oh, another overhanging large base ship. I'm sensing a theme here.
I know, I was looking at the quad jumper and so happy that it basically fits over its own base. Like, that never happens anymore.
Yeah.
So
let's go for the pilots to start off with, because there is definitely at least something to talk about with the
there's a stack of cards.
It's more the actions it can do.
Yeah. 25 minutes.
Okay, well. So, starting off with our one generic, the Starkiller base pilot. At pilot skill 2, it's got the standard Upsilon class shuttle stat line of 4 attack, 1 agility, 6 hull, 6 shields. Its action bar includes a focus, a target lock, and the coordinate action, which for those of you who haven't played Epic is normally reserved for Epic play.
Do you want to take us through that, Robin? Because I've never played Epic.
The coordinate action allows you to take an action to grant a free action to another ship at range 1 to 2.
So it's a support action, really.
Yep. Dish something out to anyone you want. The interesting thing about that as well is it will happen at the pilot skill of the ship. So if you desperately need to barrel roll Suntir out of the way of something before Suntir moves, you can do that at pilot skill 2, clear him out the way of something that's like trying to come in and bump towards him or something like that, and leave him free to do whatever he needs to do.
Provided he doesn't have the... Does it work through his stress? Because he's probably going to be stressed. And then it's going to have a problem for Suntir Fel, who's going to be stressed by then.
We shall see.
We'll have to see how that works out.
One of the interesting things is, with coordinate, Suntir Fel can take an action, push the limit off that action, execute a green manoeuvre to clear his stress,
then do action,
and then take an action.
At which point he's not stressed for next time.
Yes.
So just maybe this will bring Suntir Fel back to the competitive arena. The upgrade bar gives you a system slot, 2 crew slots, and 2 tech slots.
The first ship with multiple tech slots.
Interesting times. And comes in at 30 points, which is not too shabby for something that's rocking 4 attack dice.
And it's 12 hit points.
It's not too dissimilar from the U-wing. Slightly more expensive than the base U-wing, but you get more. You get more hull, you get more shields, and you get 1 more attack dice. It's nice.
It's pretty solid. The dial is also not terrible. It's got some similarities to the Lambda Shuttle, but everyone will be pleased to hear it has a white 2 hard turn and can do all the turn manoeuvres as well.
It's a very.
I can't find the dial set.
Don't worry about it.
Second row there, Elliot.
That wasn't the dial,
wasn't it? No. But what I can remember from the dial, it does have some ghost similarities as well. With it does have access to 1 and 3 hards, but they are in both cases red.
No K-turn either is the important fact
no
to notice,
K-turn,
and caps out at maximum speed 3. But it's a huge improvement over the Lambda Shuttle, and that's a good thing because this is a ship that desperately wants to be using its gun and keeping its gun on target.
Yep.
Yes.
So, moving up to pilot skill 3, we've got the first of our named pilots, Lieutenant Dormitz. Same stat line, same action bar, same upgrade bar, 31 points. With the pilot ability, during setup, friendly ships may be placed anywhere in the play area at range 1 to 2 of you. So this is where I got into Hyperwave Comm Relay shenanigans for deploy Lieutenant Dormitz at pilot skill 12, deploy 2 other ships at pilot skill 12, up to range 2.
In front of them, so you're try and get that range, first turn engagement.
Assign them a focus or an evade token as well, just burn in, go for some hefty alpha strike damage. I'm a big fan of Lieutenant Dormitz. He is someone I'm actively keen to fly at the first available opportunity.
Yes.
It's interesting that they're starting with this and New Han to actually play around with what happens during the deployment phase. Which previously they've left alone.
Yeah. It is admittedly then meaning that you've got effectively a one-shot pilot ability. But it's an interesting
one.
But so is Han's new one anyway, so...
Yeah.
Although, have you ever seen anyone fly that?
Not yet.
No. Well, there you go. This one I think is more useful than Han's.
Next up, we have got Major Stridon. Sorry, I'm pacing through this, but I'm aware that the clock is starting to tick a little bit.
There's a lot to get through in this one.
Major Stridon, pilot skill 4, same stat line, action bar and upgrade bar. 32 points. For the purposes of your actions and upgrade cards, you may treat friendly ships at range 2 to 3 as being at range 1. Which opens up a lot of possibilities. Your coordinate action suddenly goes out to range 3. If you've got a systems officer or a fleet officer or General Hux or an assortment of other cards on there, you've suddenly extended their ability out to range 3.
Or Wingman.
He sadly doesn't have an elite pilot talent.
Of course.
Although Wingman would give his action to someone else, and he can do that anyway because he can coordinate. So Wingman would do nothing.
Clear stress.
But yeah, no, I think Major Stridon has got some interesting potential. This is a hardcore support ship here.
He's the one I've put in my Imperial list for that ability of. Stuff that normally you'd have to be close to him. You don't actually have to be close to him. You can be all the way over there.
I am mildly terrified by your Imperial list, I've got to admit. I was looking through them on the bus back from work, and I'm just if I'm going to pick one of these I don't want to face, it's Max's Imperial list.
It's currently got more votes than the Scum.
So everyone, vote for something that's not Max's Imperial list.
By all means, vote for my Rebel list, guys.
I like Major Stridon, and at 32 points as well, he's only a couple of points more than the generic. Even if you're taking him just to improve your coordinate action, it's not a bad call.
And I think you can't mention the new shuttle without mentioning the bad boy himself from Episode 7, Kylo Ren, but now we get a chance to say Kylo Ren.
So, Kylo Ren, another unique pilot for the Upsilon shuttle, pilot skill 6, same stat line, actions and upgrade bar, with the exception that the upgrade bar also includes an elite pilot talent, which is the first for Imperial shuttles. The first time that you are hit by an attack each round, assign the I'll show you the dark side condition card to the attacker. And we will get onto that in just a moment, but it's a nasty piece of work. Kylo Ren is 34 points. So again, scales well with the rest of them. Do we want to take a quick look at I'll show you the dark side?
Yes, let's go with that one next.
So, I'll show you the dark side. When this card is assigned, if it is not already in play, the player who assigns it searches the damage deck for one damage card with the pilot trait and may place it face up on this card, then shuffle the damage deck. When you suffer a critical damage during an attack, you are instead dealt the chosen face up damage card. When there is no damage card on this card, remove it.
So it goes once per turn, this comes out, hits damage card. If it then gets removed during that attack, fine, resolve next turn. But if it's still sitting there, you can't trigger it.
Sitting there.
It's still sitting there.
It still sits there until it gets removed. So if for whatever reason you don't get any further attacks that hit that ship this turn, it will sit there into the next turn. But so your opponent kind of knows what's going your way.
They do, but that can be you lose your next shot, you drop to pilot skill 0, some really nasty things.
The very important fact I want to stress about this particular condition is the section here. When you suffer critical damage during an attack, note that's not a face-up damage card is dealt
That's
to
an
you.
uncancelled crit.
That's just an uncancelled crit. So this can deal crits straight through your shields.
Interestingly as well, the hard counter to it already exists.
Yes.
Determination. As an EPT.
Throw it out the window. Pilot. You can throw pilot crits out the window.
Out the window, you don't even take the damage. Which means that if this starts to come up in sort of more serious play, which I think it probably will, that's nasty, then I think we're going to start seeing more ships with determination as well, just to counter this.
My prediction is this is going to be the meta-defining card from this wave. Not necessarily in the pilot form of Kylo Ren.
No.
But I think I'll show you the dark side is going to have a hefty impact on what we see once Wave 10 properly picks up steam.
Yeah.
And I think it may heavily
Break
diminish.
something.
I think it may heavily diminish the number of two-ship lists we see out there. I think this could do very bad things to Dengaroo.
Yeah.
I think it could do some
Paratani even.
It's painful for Paratani, but it's not awful.
Yeah.
Poor Corin Horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah. Corin Horn gets shown the dark side twice and he's dead.
Yes.
Yeah. It's nasty work, but then Kylo Ren was a nasty piece of work in Episode 7, so you can't expect his ability to be anything less, I suppose.
Yeah.
So now we've got the ships out of the way. Let's, for the last time in this wave, look at the upgrades that come along with it. And there is a lot.
There's a lot, but a decent number of them are
We've already
reprints
seen.
of things we've already seen.
Sorry, they're trolling you, Robin. Max's Imperial is up to 10 votes compared to the scum of 8.
Can I have my vote, please, Elliot?
Well,
So, just to very quickly run through, there are some upgrades we've seen before. You get 2 copies of Snapshot,
Yep.
2 copies of Hyperwave Comm Scanner, and 2 copies of Ion Projector in this. So that's actually quite a useful selection of things that haven't seen a particularly wide release prior to this.
Ion Projector is
I'm a
only
fan.
the Houndstooth, for example, and that's the only time we've seen it so far.
Yeah.
Which I bought 2 copies the other day.
They've done a good job here in terms of making some otherwise slightly difficult to access cards more readily available.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
Yep.
The first upgrade I think we want to look at is the Kylo Ren crew card.
Yep.
To follow immediately on from his pilot iteration.
Yep.
So Kylo Ren is a unique Imperial-only crew member, costing 3 points. For an action, assign the I'll show you the dark side condition to an enemy ship at range 1 to 3. So then
You
you
don't have
have
to do it on the defensive capabilities. You could put it on Decimator.
yeah, like you can. It's really good.
Potentially,
It is.
potentially the
It's
Decimator with the grandfather-grandson combination of Anakin and Kylo Ren. So Darth Vader and Kylo Ren going. I'm going to burn you damage, and I'm going to then Kylo Ren the dark side. Is that a critical? That's critical damage as well, isn't it?
No,
No, it's
Vader
it's
is
a face-up
damage card.
It's different.
Yeah, they do not work together.
No.
But there'd still be a menacing presence, though.
Which honestly, I kind of like on a thematic level.
Oh no, sorry. Vader is critical damage, but he is not done during an attack. It is after an attack.
Yeah.
That's the key factor there. Kylo Ren is really strong. I think we are likely to see.
I think both versions are.
Rear Admiral Chirinau with Kylo Ren crew, gunner, hotshot co-pilot, veteran instincts, and an engine upgrade is 63 points. But it is also shutting a ship down from shooting every
It's
turn.
terrifying.
Like it's I'm calling it now. We are going to see that placing somewhere, I would say, in the top 16 of the first regional where it's legal.
Yeah.
Or if not that, then
or Yavin maybe.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't be surprised if it makes top 32. Not saying top 16 because there's loads of players that are going to be there, which I know you're going to be one of them, Robin. So
indeed, yes.
I will wish you all the best for that. But we'll have to see how Kylo Ren is going to affect things.
Next up, we've got another Imperial only crew card. We have got General Hux at 5 points. He's quite a hefty amount of points there, and interestingly means he cannot go on the TIE Shuttle. But for an action, choose up to 3 friendly ships at range 1 to 2. Assign 1 focus token to each of these ships and assign the Fanatical Devotion condition card to one of them. Then receive 1 stress token.
I think at this point it's also worth getting the Fanatical Devotion condition out as well.
So even not touching upon Fanatical Devotion, General Hux dishes out a massive quantity of stress.
And no
Focus.
Focus for just 1 stress.
Yeah,
Like-
3 focus tokens, which can include to himself.
Yeah.
And then this condition, which is
Bananas.
good.
Yeah, it is bananas.
Fanatical Devotion. When defending, you cannot
When
spend.
attacking.
When defending, you cannot spend focus tokens.
Yes.
So it's got a downside.
But
When
it's an
attacking,
upside.
if you spend a focus token to change all focus results to hit results, set aside the first focus results that you change. The set aside focus result cannot be cancelled by defense dice, but the defender may cancel crit results before it. During the end phase, remove this card. So I'd like to turn my TIE Fighter into an Auto Blaster turret.
Or as an idea, what about something like, for example, the shuttle itself? Something with a cannon slot. I might need help on this one. So something that has an Imperial with a cannon slot, which I don't believe there is one, is there?
The
Defenders.
Lander shuttle. Imagine one of those with a auto blaster cannon.
The Defender. The Defender has a cannon slot.
Well, the Auto Blaster Cannon's already stopping you from cancelling.
Yeah.
But it means, for example,
You're guaranteed to get one.
But it means,
But-
that's a good point. Good point.
No, what I've gone with this is ordnance with secondary abilities. You can't dodge them.
Yeah.
The advanced homing missile is going to hit. You can't do anything about that anymore.
Ooh. Against a swarm with an assault missile.
Yeah,
The thread tracers.
going to hit. For the
I-
setup, yeah.
I like it a lot. I think the Fanatical Devotion condition is something that you may actually want to, like, say you're flying a Upsilon shuttle alongside some TIE fighters, assign the Fanatical Devotion condition to the shuttle, which then doesn't really care about spending its token on
Only has
focus
1
on
green.
defense. It's only got 1 green dice. So the downside isn't that severe, and you're giving it that consistent ability to punch damage through.
Does it say other friendly ships, or does it say?
It says friendly ships. There's no other in there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Assign Fanatical Devotion card to one of them. Yeah.
It's just one of those 3.
So General Hux is getting you 3 focus tokens and this condition, all for 5 points. And it's an action and a stress, admittedly, but even so,
It's it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's something that I consider actually in my list build. That's why I'm actually running Epsilon Leader, just because it can potentially remove that stress from General Hux, which then opens up to do another turn.
So, Fanatical Devotion assigned to a Decimator. You don't care about the downside because you can't focus 0 dice.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I love that.
So, yeah, that's General Hux, who I think is going to be something that is a genuine competitive tier card.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Then we've got Operations Specialist. This is a non-faction limited crew card, 3 points, but it is limited, so you can only take a maximum of 1 per ship. After a friendly ship at range 1 to 2 performs an attack that does not hit, you may assign 1 focus token to a friendly ship at range 1 to 3 of the attacker.
So it could be you have it sitting on a high pilot skill, deliberately miss, shot comes back, and you pass a focus token to something else that didn't have one.
And it's
So
worth
that
noting
shot-
it's any friendly ship
Yeah,
at range
even
1 to 2,
back to
and
itself.
It's not once per turn either.
No.
So
No.
you throw this in alongside a TIE Swarm, and then suddenly that TIE Swarm can afford to evade across the board,
Yeah.
miss with 1 or 2 attacks and start cascading focus tokens down onto other things, and you've got this very durable presence there.
Yeah, that is very durable presence. I like that.
I'm going to say Operation Specialist is the very specific reason why I'm so dubious about Captain Rex's pricing.
Because Operation Specialist is an objectively better version.
It's 1 point more and triggers multiple times per turn and affects multiple ships and is just
a better version for 1 more point.
Yeah. It's really good. I love Operation Specialist. I'm going to be using it. I think it is really good for swarm lists in particular.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Then we've got a tech slot, targeting Synchroniser, 3 points. When a friendly ship at range 1 to 2 is attacking a ship you have locked, the friendly ship treats the attack target lock header as attack. If a game effect instructs the ship to spend your target lock, it may spend a target lock. It may spend your target lock instead.
I think that opens up a weapons engineer. Yeah. So a ship that can take weapons engineer and can take this, which is what I've done with my quad jumper. That's why I sort of put it in there with it. Because I'll get onto this now. I don't play the meta, so I never played the triple jumps. It was a way I saw of playing a munitions torpedoes boat with a slightly more fragile third ship in there, but I like it. It's like you have the target locks and go, I spend mine, I don't need to use it anyway.
Does it combo with Deadeye?
No.
Sort of. In that you can use Deadeye to fire the munitions, and then you can use the other person's target lock to modify your dice.
No, it says the target lock header. So,
it turns the attack target lock header into
attack focus. Oh yeah, of course.
It turns the attack target lock header into just attack.
Switch it to attack focus. You have one.
So it doesn't directly combo with Deadeye, but what it specifically lets you do is you can Deadeye to shoot a munition and then use your target lock to do some rerolls.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can spend you treat it as attack.
What targeting Synchroniser does is you spend that ship's target lock on the munitions attack instead of one that you might have.
The thing that's worth noting with targeting Synchroniser as well, while it helps with attack target lock weapons, it also just more generally means anyone who wants to use your target lock can use it.
Yeah.
Which I think is relatively solid.
Yeah.
Previously that's been a unique pilot ability.
Yeah. I like it. It opens up new things. It makes munitions more viable. But being on a tech slot at the moment, there isn't much that can take it. So you have to consider where you're putting it, really, I suppose.
I think at 3 points it's maybe just a little bit too much for what it does.
If you think 3 points is comms relay, and I'd say for what comms relay does long term, that is more valuable than the targeting Synchroniser.
I just sussed it. Give the damn Punisher a tech slot. That's what I say.
Yes, I think if Toby watches this back, he'll go, yes, please, and now.
And for our final card of our unboxing, we have the Kylo Ren's Shuttle title, an Upsilon class shuttle only title. 2 points. At the end of the combat phase, choose an unstressed enemy ship at range 1 to 2. Its owner must assign a stress token to it, or assign a stress token to another ship at range 1 to 2 of you that player controls.
Hello, Paratani. I'm going to hit you with one thing. You're not in close range. You have no other option. Or you move it to another one. They're still going to get the mind link. Unless you're already stressed. So you choose something that's not stressed in the first point, but you could potentially move to something that was stressed, and then you don't care about it.
So you as the person owning the Kylo Ren shuttle can assign a stress to an unstressed ship at range 1 to 2 of you. The opponent can then choose to either put it on that ship or move it to another ship they control at range 1 to 2.
Actually, that wouldn't matter because the mind link, when one acquires one, if you haven't got it, you acquire it. So
I think it's an interesting title. It's giving Imperial some stress control, which is not an area they've been fantastically strong in previously. The fact that your opponent can potentially reassign the stress is potentially a downside. So it's not as strong as some other options.
No.
But then again, it's 2 points. It doesn't give you any stress, and it's going to happen every turn.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I'm not blown away by it, to be honest.
I'd say every turn would be guaranteed if you were to be able to do K turns, but not being able to do K turns on the shuttle.
I think
you've got to have your maneuvers in the right place.
I actually think what it does is it makes the Upsilon shuttle much better in the late game. Because it can, if it is in a position where it's one-on-one and it is worried about something coming in behind it, if you can stress control something and stop them from K-turning, that makes it much easier for you then to be in a position to bring your arc round and
that's true.
Get back into the game.
Or bank, then hard, and then you're back sort of roughly in position.
Yeah.
And you only have to be in range for that to trigger.
Yeah.
So you could potentially ion control and stress. So you got stress and ion, so you know where they're going next turn. Keeping them in range, for you to turn back into the fight. Iron projector is a nice trick for it. I think
it's decent. I don't think it's a must include. No. I don't think it's an auto include, but I definitely think it has a place.
Well, I put Kylo Ren with Kylo Ren Shuttle. It makes sense to me. I could really not to.
Yeah, from a flavour perspective as well.
Yeah, I like flavour. It's
and specifically with that combo as well, Kylo Ren plus the Kylo Ren Shuttle title means that you're
flying Kylo shit.
You're dishing out I'll show you the dark side, and you're dishing out stress, and you're making your opponent's life really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't miserable with one of them, it's miserable with both of them. So that is everything from Wave 10. Lovely picture collection there as well. It's now that time of the night where we're about to get ready for our matches.
First, what do you guys think of the wave in general?
Solid.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff in here. It's gonna shake things up a lot, I think.
Wave 10 generally has been a really strong wave from my perspective. Yeah. The only ship I'm a little uncertain about is the U-Wing, and I think the U-Wing is just a case of people haven't quite clicked with how to use it yet. Even then, I think that's a strong ship. I like everything a great deal, but if I'm going to pick one favourite ship, it's the Upsilon class shuttle, because it looks so good and it is a beast.
For me, for thematical, it has to be Sabine Wren's. Sabine's TIE Fighter. And I love the Rebel series. Thank you, Elliot, for making me watch the 2 and a bit series that I've seen so far.
If you're not watching Rebels, you should.
Yeah,
you should.
It's very good. It's very good.
And yet again, it's another thing from Rebels. Rebels is deemed canon within the universe, which is something that FFG like to try and put in. And I can't see a bad pilot out of that set. But saying that, I can't see, apart from in my sense, it's a lot of outlay to put on buying the shuttle. In my eyes, just because of what I play and how I build, to only get 1 or 2 cards worth out of it. I don't own much of an Imperial collection, but saying that, everything else that I've seen, I can see quite a lot of uses for, like Scavenger Crane, the Sabine's Wren TIE Fighter expansion is, everything in there is good. Everything's got a good, nice sort of playability. So yeah, I can't see a bad thing.
I don't know, I'm torn between Sabine's tie and the quad jumper, because they can both do some. They can just both do just some fun things that people aren't likely to expect. Ahsoka Tano, properly built up, can do all kinds of nasty things that people can't realistically deal with. That I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, results time.